Hey there guys, today is day 4 of the Avian Advent Calendar Challenge. Now the Avian Advent Calendar is an advent calendar of parrot toy parts. So every single day I'll be opening up a new box, getting new parts, and building a brand new toy. So if that's something you guys are interested in seeing, you want to make sure to stick around because that's going to be coming up right after this. Hey there guys, this is Jack over at Hive Redbird, where I am tirelessly working to find new ways to make the keeping of exotic animals and pets more exciting, more affordable, and ultimately more enjoyable. And today's video is part of a series going over a challenge I am doing with the Avian Advent Calendar. Now, the Avian Advent Calendar is a product put together by the Leather Elves. If you guys would like to know more about it, I am going to put the link in the description section down below. But basically, it is an advent calendar of parrot toy parts. So I am going to be challenged every single day to put together a brand new toy using the toy parts that come in the individual boxes. So there's a couple of things to keep in mind here. First and foremost, the best part of this, we're going to be building a brand new toy every single day, December 1st through the 25th. So you definitely want to make sure that you pay attention to that. Now, we are going to be using a variety of different toy parts, and I think it's really important that people learn to work with a variety of different parrot toy parts. Sometimes there's going to be things that you're not as comfortable using or that you're just not as familiar with using, but your bird could definitely benefit from that. So we're going to be paying attention to the variety of different items that are available in the boxes and make sure that we use them appropriately. Now, this is also designed to help everyone build skills as a parrot toy maker. So we want to make sure we're paying attention to things like, what's the purpose of this toy? How is your animal going to be using it? How can we make sure that it's going to be safe? Do we need to pay attention to things like cleanliness? Keeping an item clean, which can be an issue with certain parrot toys, how you're going to present it. Obviously, the presentation of different items can change how interested your bird is in interacting with certain things. So we're going to be covering a variety of different approaches, different toy making techniques. So hopefully, at the end of this 25-day period, everyone who watches the series will have better skills and be a better parrot toy maker. So there's a lot of things we're trying to accomplish here. One thing I do want to point out before we get started, we're going to open a new box every single day, but we're not necessarily going to be using all of the parts every single day. I would encourage you guys to save those parts, save things like the packing paper, the boxes that you are opening every single day, because we will be using them on future challenges. The important thing is that there are so many different materials that can be used to make great parrot toys, and we are going to do our best to use all of them. But that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the toy that we're going to be building today. All right, guys, so for today's box, we have a vine ball. We also have the usual, the box and the shredded paper. I think for today, we are going to save some of the shredded paper for this toy, but we are going to put the rest of the shredded paper and the box to the side. Remember, you don't want to throw any of your other parts away. All of the shredded paper definitely has a use. All of these boxes can be used as well. Now, vine balls are one of my favorite things to do because they're really interesting. They're a natural product. There's a lot of different ways that you can use them, and my favorite way to use them is as a foot toy. Many birds are going to like to just pick these up to shred them, and you will be surprised the size bird that can pick up something like this. Most of the time you would see a vine ball this size and think that this is made for a larger bird. Only a macaw or a cockatoo would be able to grab this and pick this up. I have seen green cheek conures pick these up and throw these around. So these are definitely a great toy. Now for today, all I'm going to do, I'm going to look around the vine ball, see if I can find a larger opening. Some of these spaces have a little more play. I can go ahead, open that up right there. I'm just going to put in a few pieces here. I've got some dried papaya. I'm going to go ahead, drop those in there. And then to make it a little bit more work, I'm going to go ahead and take this shredded paper and I'm just going to go ahead and work this into that opening. Now, if your fingers aren't as dexterous, if you have a little bit of a harder time putting the shredded paper in there, you could always use something like the back of a pen. You could use a screwdriver. I specify the back of a pen because you don't want to be putting that ink on there, but just anything small that would allow you to push this into there. Once I have a good amount of shredded paper in there, and you can see that it changes the look of the vine ball as well. Picking which color you want to use is a way that you can change the enrichment that is provided in this vine ball. Not only is it this shreddable, tactile enrichment, but you also get a little bit of visual enrichment there. And we always know we do better when we provide multiple types of enrichment in a particular toy item. Now I can just go ahead and work those vine pieces back into place. Now my bird's going to have to shred this to get to all of the fun stuff inside. If your bird is newer to something like this, you may want to use less of that shredded paper, more of the treats. You can see right there, you can see that papaya through it. If your bird is used to things like this, when they see that shredded paper, they'll know there is something that they can get to that is fun. Sometimes that fun thing is just the shredded paper. I've known a lot of birds that absolutely love playing with and making a mess with shredded paper. Now, a couple of safety things I want to talk about with vine balls because they are readily available in a variety of places. But I do encourage you guys to make sure that you are getting them from a reputable seller that you know is going to sell you a safe vine ball. There are a couple of things to look out for. First and foremost, sometimes you can find them in floral sections, craft stores, and they're going to be a little bit different. They're going to have some problems. They might be painted. That paint is not going to be something that is safe to give your bird if they're chewing or chipping that off. You want to make sure some of them actually have staples in them to hold them together. This one doesn't. This one is completely natural, as you guys can see, but you want to make sure you're looking out for staples. You want to make sure they haven't been treated with anything that is potentially hazardous to your bird. So I would be looking out for things like a very strong chemical odor, and also if they have an unnatural shine or sheen to them. Those would be things to look out for. But when you know that you have a safe source of these, and many parrot toy vendors will sell just the parts, you can buy just the vine balls. And so many birds love these by themselves, so I definitely recommend that you check them out. You can use these in a variety of different ways. Today is a simple foot toy that, again, you guys saw we put together in less than a minute. That's part of why I'm so excited about the Avian Advent Calendar, because so many of these toys do come together so quickly, but they cause your bird to think about things in a different way. So there really is no reason to not be providing regular, varied enrichment for your animal. So I certainly hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, you want to make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the Hi Redbird channel if you haven't already, and I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow for our next day of the Avian Advent Calendar Challenge.
I do need to say thank you to my Patreon patrons for helping to make these videos possible. You can find out more by visiting Hi Redbird on Patreon or clicking the link in the description section down below if you would like more information. Thanks!